Hey, what's up, Jimmy?
Hey, how are you doing, Tariq?
You don't want to know, man.
No? Okay.
Busy day, busy day. How about yourself?
I'm good. I'm all good. Yeah, feeling fine. Had a long day, but
Great.
it's been a great day so far.
What's up, Bill? What's up, Amy?
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Hey,
Running a little behind. Sorry about that. All right. Oh, sorry. I got to let people in, man. I got to remember to do this. I'm not used to using Zoom. All these people waiting.
Oh yeah, Hangouts is simpler.
I got to give you guys admin privileges as well.
Must be a way to not have to actually allow people to basically just make it public or something.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if that's a good idea either. Sharing it with everybody, right? Yeah, I know.
I say that because I tried during the IAPA EPA forum there, I tried to join a group and I was waiting for like 20 minutes and nobody let me in. So
Oh, no. Well, somebody else said that they had the opposite problem. Somebody came in and they shared their screen and they had some inappropriate stuff on there. So, yeah, that can happen too.
true.
Give everybody a couple more minutes. What's up, Andre, Tom, hey, Kyle,
help.
Danny,
How are you?
Justin, Jana?
Hello.
Oh, hello. So, did you guys get my my automated, not so automated text message?
Yes. I did. I got it.
All right.
Yep. Yeah, I got that.
Sorry if I didn't respond to a couple of you guys that started texting me. I'm like, what are you talking about? And it was
I just got now again.
it was automated. So I'm like, I think Tom, you were texting me like, oh, one time. I'm like, what are you talking about? So yeah, that's automation for you. Oh, you go so far. But all right, yeah, getting a great turnout. Beverly in here, clicking admit left to right. A couple more minutes, then we'll get started. Hey, Beverly. So if anybody does not have audio or wants to participate in audio and your audio isn't working, there is a way to call in. I can post that number in the comments here in the chat. All right, so I'm gonna go into the chat, and I'm just gonna post whatever whatever Zoom is giving us here. Copy.
Thank you.
Oh, too much, I guess. Okay. So dial by location. All right, so phone numbers are in the chat. Okay, let's get started. So, Jeff made it. All right, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, it's already recording. I always forget to record. All right, guys, welcome to the second official roundtable. Very excited to have you guys. So today's roundtable, by your choice, and what you guys wanted to talk about in the group, was we offered a couple different topics, and you guys decided that you guys wanted to talk about what it is, how everybody's using EventHawk, and some of the kind of winning strategies that are helping you guys with EventHawk. So that's what we're going to be talking today. I know a lot of people here weren't here last time. We're growing really, really fast, so which is awesome for all of us here. So it's pretty much an open, open conversation. No real, no kind of real agenda. But we'll usually just kind of go around and kind of go with each person, and we'll just ask 2 questions. What are you doing now, and that's working, and where do you want? Basically, where are you now, and where do you want to go? And kind of we'll figure out kind of how we can help. We're going to start with Jimmy here because I'm kind of guilty. I never actually introduced Jimmy. Some of you guys have talked to him before, but Jimmy is pretty much he's a big part of this. He's a big part of why Event Hawk is what it is today. I work very closely with Jimmy. I'll call him partner actually. I would not be where we are today. Jimmy's actually coming in from I want to say Scotland. It's not Scotland. Sweden. Jimmy's in Sweden.
Yeah,
right?
Sweden.
That's where he is. So it's pretty late where he's at. And he's been mentoring me and consulting with me for a long time now, and really helping me kind of do a lot of the things that I'm not really good at. You guys know that I'm all about getting to the good stuff first. He's kind of been slowly building things so that it makes sense to everybody else, not just me. So he's been an incredible asset, and I never actually introduced him before. But go ahead, Jimmy. We'll start with you.
Yeah, well, wow. Thanks for the presentation. And yeah, I'm not from Scotland, but from Sweden. And it's about 8 p.m. here, but it's great to see such a vibrant Facebook group that I'm spying on and seeing such amazing people with awesome comments all over the place. And I've been working with Tariq since September. I started out helping him out with some stuff, and then we talked about this Event Hawk, and I was like, wow, yeah, this should definitely be developed. And Tariq has made lots of progress by himself, and I've been mostly working in the background. So just to give you some background about myself, I've been a marketer since 10 years back, but I've also been highly involved in like startup business and business development. And yeah, I love helping people succeed in their business environment. And I think this is a great opportunity for me, Tariq, and all of us to see if we can, explore how to get the best out of our companies.
Awesome. And one thing I learned really fast doing what we do is the smart people that are in marketing and doing what we do, they'll never work for you. They all got their own thing. So you can't really hire people who are too smart because they're too smart to work for you. Jimmy's one of those people. I couldn't hire him, so we're kind of working together on a lot of stuff. So that's kind of the challenge with doing what we do. But yeah, we all know why we're here, and so let's just jump right into it. So we'll start with Bill. I'm just kind of going with my Brady Bunch screen here that I see. Bill's first, so we'll just talk to Bill. Go ahead and tell us kind of what's working for you with Event Hawk. What do you like, and where do you want to take things, and how do you what do you feel like is the next level for you?
So as far as what's working for us, obviously, the big thing is just conversions. Our conversions dipped a little bit through the holidays. I actually turned Event Hawk off on Thanksgiving Day, and I think the day before I just didn't have phone coverage and stuff or coverage for it. So I don't really want people to get a text message and then all of a sudden, have nobody respond to them. So, but ultimately, conversions are really amazing. I think that one of the things that I've been focusing on even a little bit while I was on my holiday there was, and something I may want to talk about today would be tagging. So like the best, the best approaches to tagging so that we can follow up with whether it's follow up with customers or learn information about why they're not booking or whatnot. So just recently I developed like a number of tags that I have myself and my reservationists using, and they start off with DNR, which stands for did not reserve or did not rent, and then a dash. And what I'd like to do is for every single customer that we have, every lead or opportunity, follow up with them, whether it's by text or by phone or whatever, find out why they didn't rent from us, and hopefully get some information that would help us, make decisions. And it may be, everybody wants I'll make this up, Jan will like it. It's, everybody wants a unicorn combo. We didn't have one. So, maybe that means I need to go out and buy a unicorn combo or two, or, everybody that lives in Winter Garden we're getting flooded with people that want to rent from us, but they don't like the delivery fee, so they're not renting. So, you know, that may drive decisions to lower the delivery fee and attract a lot of business from Winter Garden. So that's the kind of thing that we're looking at right now.
Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll kind of make note of what you said here, and then I'll kind of address it at the end as possible, so that we give everybody the opportunity. But that's really a good one. And I've been a lot of you guys, unfortunately, the guys that have been with me the longest, I've kind of neglected to keep you guys updated. But we do have a YouTube channel now with 11 or 12 videos on there now on how to do a lot of the things that you just mentioned, like best practices for tagging, follow up, and it automatically goes out to the newer people. But I don't think I ever kind of went back. And I've been kind of just whenever somebody asks something, I'll send that video. So I do need to kind of send that back to you guys. So I'll make sure to do that. But no, great. That's really, really important. That's y'all know the fortune is in the follow-up. If you're not following up, then you're leaving so much on the table. So that's really a great point. Let's go to Amy.
What's working for me, not a whole lot right now, but I'm losing more reservations than I'm gaining. And that's just because, well, of our certain numbers right now. So right now I'm just really trying to address every call or every contact that comes in and follow up. But other than that, we're just sitting here. So we don't have a lot going on.
Amy, you did not have EventHawk on your site. You were only sending EventHawk traffic from paid ads to your site, but you weren't showing.
Correct.
You didn't have the actual pop-up on your site. And then today?
Not until today.
Not until today. Why did you decide to get the pop-up back on your site?
I'm willing to try whatever I mean, it's not going to hurt anything, so let's give it a try and go for it. Hopefully something will work. We're not really anticipating a whole lot for this month. So if I can even just get a couple extra ones that I wouldn't have gotten before, then we're good with that.
Okay. Sounds good. So you just kind of want more volume of those two. But you mentioned to me before that you feel like you're getting the conversion, or you're getting the messages come in, but you're just kind of having a hard time closing them. Actually, kind of what to say after you get them on the hook.
We were primarily doing events, so there's no more events. Everybody knows that. So now we're just trying to convert to birthday parties. Unfortunately, it seems like the ones that I'm getting are not the people that we want to work with. We're very specific on certain things, like we don't do dirt. I have to say 50% of the contacts we have coming in, they all want to set up on dirt. We don't do it. So it's not that we're not getting some traffic. It's just not necessarily right now the traffic that we need.
Gotcha. I mean, you guys can feel free to jump in if you guys have any suggestions. I mean, you guys are in this as much as me and Amy and everybody else. So I have noticed working with a couple other operators who transitioned from events to backyard, like we talked about. You are at a disadvantage to those people who have been doing backyards this whole time. So I think that will in itself need its own strategy, because there's, it's just you're kind of starting over, like from scratch.
Oh, and absolutely. We have no repeat customers for birthday parties or for backyards, small events like that. We have less than 10% of our previous orders were residential or backyard or something like that.
Yeah, and I think Kyle for this, and Kyle actually tried something totally different. And you started a whole new website. So he kind of left his event brand and started a whole new website for his backyard brand, and did it that way. Do you feel like that worked for you, Kyle?
Yeah, I think it worked for us because, I mean, we were known as just doing corporate type stuff, and our website shows that too. There's nothing little about it. We didn't even really list moon bounces on our website. So going the complete other way helped us, but it has been very different. Like you said, Amy, some of the stuff we're getting, it's scary. Some of the stuff that I've delivered, but we've just tried to basically create a whole separate brand because we do want to also save the other brands so it does not get diluted with just backyard stuff. But hopefully we can keep both going when everything gets back up.
Well, I think you guys should really connect on, if that's working for you. I don't know what you did with your if you're doing anything at all with your event, website. But I mean, that might be it. I mean, to me, both are starting over. So, but maybe just kind of rebranding it, and that's working. So whatever Kyle is doing, that might be something worth trying.
Well, that's definitely something to think about.
Websites aren't expensive. They're like $10 a domain, and if you have ERS or inflatable office, you could throw it on there just to kind of get the ball rolling and not have to do too much. So yeah, it will be a hassle, I think, but if that's what works, then that's what works. All right. If anybody has anything to add, go ahead, jump in. But we can go to Danny Morera. Welcome, man. It's first time hopping in here.
Hey, how are you guys? Thanks for having me here. So we just started this past weekend, and I initially started using EventHawk just to kind of gauge, I really wanted to know how much of my Google AdWord customer was converting for me, because Google AdWords hasn't worked for me at all, to be quite frank. So I wanted to see how many of those clicks were going to, actually go into coupons and, or sign up for coupons. And it was interesting to see between Saturday and Sunday, I believe, I had about 27 clicks, and just one person had signed up for coupons. So right then and there, I knew something was wrong with AdWords, which totally helped me kind of figure out AdWords. I know Tariq and I have a meeting scheduled for Thursday, and kind of figure out what's going on. But I'm spending money on AdWords, and I'm pretty much burning it for no reason. So that's how it has helped me so far. Other than that, I can't say I haven't reserved anything. I haven't booked anything yet. But it's definitely helped me identify an issue or a problem with my Google AdWords campaign.
Yeah, that in itself, I mean, that stuff that helps you from years of possibly, just like you said, throwing money into the fire. And, that's essentially what a sales funnel does, which a lot of us don't even know what a sales funnel, but that's what a funnel does. Instead of, you having a maze on your website, you have a funnel, and then you can easily identify which step you're losing most people. So congrats, man. I really hope we can help you figure that out. It's great.
Thank you.
Beverly, I know Beverly's got a lot to say. No, Beverly's actually pushing EventHawk really to the edge. She's like, how do we get it to do this? How do we get it to do that? She's kind of getting a bunch of ideas in our head. Her, Bill, Tony, you guys are all really making the most of this. So how's it going so far, Beverly? It's been a couple days now.
First day putting the pop-up on the site, and I wanted it to work immediately. So started putting on some of our Facebook groups that I'm a part of. Hey, come check out this new feature on our website, and putting the URL there, so certain neighborhood groups where no families already used our businesses before, put it there, and just started manually driving traffic to the site just so I can see it start to work. And then within, God, when did I put this on? Was it 2 days ago? Saturday, yeah. Saturday, and I'm already closed the sale through EventHawk. Already have dialogues going with other customers, even one that's already planning her birthday party in May. So can definitely see the traffic coming in. I feel like people want the confidence of, is this a real person on the other end of this website? And if I have a question or a problem, will somebody answer me? So definitely see where being responsive to these potential customers is giving them the confidence. And even one this morning through the texting feature texted back and said, hey, can I add some tables and chairs on to my event? So it seems that customers are liking it and using it, and it seems to be very user friendly. And as I said, in And sorry, Justin, for jumping on your thread there. I don't know how it went on yours, but I was going to do my own thing. But just saying that it seems to bridge that communication gap where people have a question, maybe they're sitting, like we're all homeschooling now, right? All the kids are at home if they're, or at least part of the time. So you're sitting there and your kid's on their Zoom meeting, and maybe you're trying to plan something, but you don't want to be out loud with it. So you text the question real quick and get an answer back. So that seems to be a pretty convenient communication platform for people. So I like it so far.
Awesome. All right. Well, hopefully when you have more experience with it, we'd love to hear kind of some improvements. Because really, it's an open platform, right? It's that's what all it is, and you can really customize it to whatever you like. And the way it is now really, really works because I've been split testing it. I've had it personally for about a year, and my wife has been down my throat about it. She's been kind of helping me grow and saying, this doesn't work. These people are getting confused. So she's kind of we've been using it back and forth, and a couple other people have been using it for a long time now. So the way it is now, I want to say real quick, the number one thing you want to work at, speaking of a funnel, is that reply rate. So that reply rate, when you go to campaigns, there's a reply rate, shows you the percentage of people that are replying. That's the number you want to look at as a first step. Before you make any changes to your messages, I know a lot of us get really excited. We want to customize things, but take note of that reply rate and see the difference when you make a change. Because if people, right now, the way it's set up, we're getting a reply rate of 50 to 75%. A lot of us are going in and making changes because, based on our opinion, we say, oh, well, I want to say this, or I think this would work. And it's dropping, and we're not even looking at that number. So I really think it's just really important for us to look at that reply rate and just keep that in mind when you want to kind of custom make this thing. But we're definitely open to suggestions always to help you guys make that. And the YouTube videos will walk you through how to make those changes yourself. But again, everything we do with my marketing agency and with EventHawk, we want it all based to be on data-driven decisions rather than opinion-driven decisions. So I think that, I'm starting to see that you guys are also seeing a value in that and how that's different than what we're used to. So really excited.
I do have one question.
Sure.
And so in taking the customer who did book, and I pulled her card from the hot lead once she actually placed her order, and I dragged that over to where that was actually one, so that one column, and I put in the actual amount of her order, so the value of that customer with her actual order. But when I go back to the dashboard and see the graphs there, it's not showing anything that I have a customer that's actually now in that one column. So how does that update, and what do I need to do to make that show accurate?
Yeah, so you're not supposed to move it yourself. Have you been tagging them as confirmed?
Oh, no.
Yeah, so if you tag it confirmed, like we saw, I think the first video mentions that, you just have to tag it confirmed, and it'll automatically move it and mark it one and do everything that it's supposed to do. It won't update the amount. It doesn't know the exact amount of the sale, but that's all you need to do, just mark it confirmed. And I could work on with you on it later. There's only 3 things you need to mark. Everything else it does automatic. You need to mark confirmed, not interested, or follow up if you want if you want to follow up with them. And we just added a new feature that I'm working with, but reminders as well for follows. Blanca had a great question about how do you set a reminder to follow up with this person. So I just added that in. So I put a video on the channel as well. So try that out. I mean, it might need some tweaking, but it seems to be working. It sends a reminder. But we'll try that, Beverly, and let me know if that works. All right, Tom.
Yes.
Superstar. So Tom actually started using EventHawk, and then things kind of got pretty slow in New York. Is it New York?
No, it's Virginia.
Yeah, there you go, close enough. So he's kind of taking a break till things. It's pretty rocky up there, but Chicago's not too much different. So, what are your plans for this thing?
Well, I really see the potential in this, and as you and I discussed the opportunity, all of a sudden our governor changes the rules again and shuts things down to the point where we have been doing a lot of churches and schools, over 300 of those each year. and that's gone completely. So we were relying on backyard events. It became pretty obvious to me back in April and May that it was going to be a very slow summer for us. So at that time, I began to accelerate my plans to build a new warehouse. So we actually built a new 5,000 square foot warehouse in the last 30 days or so. We've been moving 120 of our attractions from our old location to the new location, and almost not wanting anybody to call because I wasn't sure where everything was. You know, moving it from one location to another, and it was a haphazard kind of, let's get it in there and then we'll rearrange it once we get it there. So this is actually the first month in 14 years of being in this business that I'm looking on December the 1st, and I have nothing scheduled for the entire month of December. And I'm almost relieved at this point because I need to organize. I need to get things ready for when things return to normal. And I don't know, for me, I don't see that happening before March. Our climate is always a factor in January and February. And basically we only do schools and churches during that time, and sometimes a few backyard parties, but of course that can't sustain us. So, my plan is I'm going to go to Florida for 2 months and enjoy the weather down there and relax a little bit and get ready for a March opening, and hope that things will be in the past and we'll be able to find a bit better opportunities next year.
I think that's a great plan, man. Don't stress too much over scraps. Sometimes it's better to shut down, like you said, and take a breath. The summer is going to kick your butt anyway. So I think that's awesome.
But Tariq, I do see some opportunities and advantages of keeping this communication tool open. I'm only afraid that I really can't serve the customer adequately during these months anyway. So I'm not sure I really want to encourage it at this point, but the system is a great system. And I'm really wrestling now with, do I try to pick it up, in January, and even realizing that we're not going to have much business resulting because of the climate, or to prepare for when things open.
Yeah, I mean, Beverly brought this up as well, and even with the pandemic, even when things get worse, our traffic never died, right? People are still on there; they're just not sure. And I think by having this open, mode of communication, you can keep it so that you can tell them, okay, I know there's a lot going on. How about this? Let's follow up with you in 2 weeks and see how many kids are actually coming or whatever. Because otherwise, they're just going to go back to some random website and book with them whenever they're ready. So this way, you can mark them in your follow-up column, set a reminder, and then follow up. And this way, I would say it's even more important when things are in the pandemic, because that's when there's even more uncertainty. And that's what I'm realizing when we first started talking about Event Hawk, we were always talking about conversions. But really, what I think Event Hawk now brings to the table more than anything is reassurance. And kind of like someone else said earlier, it's really just reassuring people. Answering their simple questions is really all they want. It's really not a problem with your price. It's not a problem with a lot of other stuff. They're just not sure, what the price includes or where you're going to set up or what time you're going to get there. So yeah, I think having that reassurance there is definitely a great plus, even during the pandemic. And that's why we work, with people on pricing for seasonal guys, because we know what it's like. But all right, we'll go to Chad. I know Chad's got a lot of cool ideas on where to take Event Hawk.
I do.
Tell me something earlier. Was it that yesterday? It all blends in.
Well, I mean, it all blends in, yeah, but I don't know that I'm using Event Hawk. It's more of a starting off from Event Hawk and then using Inflatable Office to take it from there, just because it's all in one location. I set up the API so that when someone fills out the form, it creates a lead in my software. So then I just can do it all through Inflatable Office and track it there as one central location. But honestly, I'm not where Tom's at, and as far as my governor shutting us down, I'm where Tom's at because our weather shuts us down. And so I bought it I'm in with you guys because I think it's going to be a great thing to have next year. But I've only had one person use it, and that one person contacted me through it after already having contacted me elsewhere. So it wasn't like they had already started the booking process and everything. And I guess something happened and they decided to visit my website, and then they saw it and I'm like, oh, well, they were already booking without because they had booked with me before. So other than that one person, I haven't had anyone really. So I don't have huge expectations of it until March. But I've been going through and setting up automations for after. The text idea is huge, I think. And so I've gone through and set up text automations for 10 months after someone's event where it sends them a text and say, hey, we really enjoyed being at your party last year. Can I give you a quote for this next year? And it just kind of starts a conversation that they can then come back and say, yeah, whatever. We'd like to have a quote, and then we can talk about what they want instead of just shooting a blank, not a blank quote, but re-quoting the same thing they had. We can try building them on something newer or better. I started setting stuff up with all different stages of where they're at in the buying process or even just research process of trying to communicate with them more. Is that kind of what you're talking about, Tariq? Is that
that's great. I love that idea. So you're following up with them. You're setting up follow-ups after 10 months. Wow, I never thought to go that far out. But yeah, that makes sense. Giving them 2 months before their next event. That's pretty smart. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's part of your inflatable office program, right? I've been doing that for years with inflatable office, right?
Yeah. Well, so I have found I set up that one, and inflatable office does flawlessly with emails, but people tend to not get my emails or they don't respond to them near the same as they do the text. So once I set that text automation up, I set it to start now. And just like you, Tom, we do a lot of churches and schools in the winter. So I had 30 text messages go out to these churches and schools, and 10 of them, at least 10 of them responded to me and said, we're not doing anything because of the pandemic, but we really loved your service. We plan on using you. We tell all our friends about you. And then I have an opportunity to tell them, to just tell them, hey, this is what we got. And just say, next time you order as a repeat customer, you'll get like 5% off or something, and tell them about new stuff that I have. And it's just one lady, I found out she left the church that she was doing for, and basically she's saying the church has died. So I would never have known that before without that. And she probably wouldn't have responded to my email because she didn't have that email anymore. But she's moved on to other things, and now she's going to use me in her next area. So I think the text messaging has been a huge changer in that part.
Good point.
That's awesome. Love how you're using it. Let's see who's next. Let's go to Keisha. I don't know if you got, there she is.
Hey there. I had it on mute because I got some homeschool kids. So, hello everyone. I'm in Cleveland, Ohio, and I am affected by the weather. We had a bad snowstorm today. And I've been using EventHawk since November 20th. And so far, I've had about 16 opportunities and 3 people booked. So what I like about it is the text message. It's a big thing for me because I'm always looking for conversions, like straight to, I want to know what questions they have, why didn't they book, and if they're just a visitor, you really never know that. So I haven't played around with it at all since I got it. I was thinking about discontinuing it until things pick up, but now I'm going to stay with it and just go from there.
Keisha actually is doing something that I haven't seen anybody else do, which I think is really worth looking into. But Keisha, tell them what you're doing with Instagram.
So with the Linktree?
I never even heard of Linktree. I don't know what she's doing.
Oh, okay.
She's getting like 100% of her traffic from Instagram because she's a smaller company. And I mean, you could go ahead and explain. I still don't understand what she's doing, but I mean, I haven't seen anybody else really get it from Instagram like that.
So, so my thing is, so my background is military. I still have a 9 to 5, but we do 300 events a year. So you could probably say we're more backyard people. But with Instagram, instead of having my website link there where everybody else has theirs, I have something called Easy Tree. And Easy Tree has all the options laid out. So if you want a bounce house, if you want a character, if you want to get my new ebook I wrote, if you want to do something with the Grinch, like every link is straight to it. And you can check out with either Samcart, or you can do ready to book, and that goes to inflatable office. But everything that you want to do that I offer, I try to get it to the person as streamless as possible.
And you linked Event Hawk into that section.
Exactly. I put coupon. I labeled that one coupon. Okay. So it's about 7 options on there now.
What's your Instagram handle?
It's Park Play Party. Park Play Party. And I put that Easy Tree link on everything. And it just gets the customer, exactly where they need to be.
Very cool. Yeah, I think that's Instagram. I mean, I don't even have an Instagram, but I know that's a lot of people are on there. I mean, I think that's the next generation is, and Instagram is owned by Facebook. So the good news is, I mean, the reason I'm not stressing about it too much is because you can run, Instagram ads off of Facebook, and we know Facebook pretty well. But yeah, I mean, that's a really, when I saw that, I was like, wow, this is pretty creative stuff. So kudos to you. I think we can all connect with Keisha and kind of learn what she's doing and see what our Instagrams come up with. But you're very active on Instagram, right? Like this wouldn't work if you weren't so active.
Yeah, I mean, I use it daily. But that converts people. The picture and them seeing us go to other events, that converts them.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's very visual.
See that you're busy. Awesome. All right, Liz and Justin Hazen. How you guys doing?
Hello. Good. How are you?
Good. Glad you can make it.
So I did this, and I think I booked a total of 5 off of it.
Okay. I think your wife's phone is next to you, and we're hearing one. But okay, cool. So you booked 5, and so you kind of didn't really customize much of it. What are you? I mean, is there part of it that anything that you want to do differently with Event Hawk, or I mean, obviously it's working well for you for now. You just started a couple days ago. What is it that I mean, is there anything that you're hoping to do different or learn or customize with it? Is there somewhere you want to take this thing, or how do you see yourself using it when things really kick up?
Once I get the website traffic, I think it will just take off.
Okay. So yeah, Justin has.
And I do talk to Jana.
Justin, how long have you had your company? It's pretty new, right?
What was that?
How long have you? How long ago did you open your company?
We've been.
I'm sorry?
About a year and a half ago.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool.
About a year and a half ago.
Yeah, it's kind of tough in the beginning, but yeah, I'm glad you're making ends meet. That's great. Cool. All right. So Andre, how you doing, man? Glad we finally get to talk.
Yeah, how you doing? Good. How are you? So, how you doing, everybody? So I just joined. I went live yesterday, so I'm still learning a lot. I haven't had a chance really to watch all the videos. I set it up, but I'm in New York, so I'm pretty much shut down. I don't really shut down completely, but I don't really get a lot of traffic to my website. I just joined now to start learning the software, see how it works, see if it's going to work out for me. I'm not really a text person. I'd rather get people on the phone. For me, it's a little easier, but I'm willing to try it. I heard good things about it, so can't wait for the summer again, or the spring. See what it brings us.
Awesome. Great. Yeah. Texting, it is time consuming, but like I always say, I mean, one challenge we had in the summer was, unless you have a big sales team, when you're on the phone with somebody, you miss a couple other calls and you got to call them back. By the time you call them back, there's a good chance they are not going to answer. They don't check their voicemail, and they might have booked with somebody else already. People just don't wait. So I think this solves for a lot of but it is more work.
Right.
And when you run a business, I mean, if it's more work, it's more money, then, you know, if we got to hire somebody to do it, like Bill did, you know, which Bill, that's definitely something we hope we can all go get in that direction. Then yeah, I mean, that's what you got to do, because that's where the money's at. So hopefully you can get.
Right.
I'm gonna put the videos in the comments section here, because I know that some of you guys never got those, but you know, to be fair, in the beginning I was kind of onboarding each one of you guys one-on-one. Everybody that's coming in newer, they've kind of just been onboarding themselves, so that's what the videos are for. But they are in the comments, so I'll list them. 14. All right. All right, Nate.
Okay. We started on Saturday afternoon, I think. We have right now 35 opportunities. I think we've booked 6 or 7. You know, we've been doing text. We've been doing texting for probably 3 years with another app, and it's worked really well. I mean, you know, people don't like phone calls, you know, and ignore a lot of phone calls. So that's why we went to that several years ago. Just kind of working with our sales team on how to use the app, how to best track stuff, making sure they're staying diligent about, you know, after they close one, like move it to 1 or whatever, not cluttering up the dashboard and the screen. Yeah, just kind of thinking of ways to use it for operations as well, for, you know, texting delivery times, things like that. And then ongoing marketing into the future in regards to, you know, we have a pretty robust email marketing program that we are pretty consistent with. Very active on social media, Google ads, Facebook ads, everything. So just trying to figure out how to integrate that all into a cohesive strategy. So
Nate's being very humble, and like the 2 days that he's been with me, he's had me like rebuild the whole thing. he's had a ton of different ideas, like what if it could do this, what if it could do that. So yeah, I'm really excited to be working with Nate as well. He's another one like Beverly and Bill and Tony that's really helping us kind of really use this thing for everybody, for better, really, with, you know, a lot of the new features and different things that we could be doing. Awesome. I'm excited to have you. Going next, Kayla. Kayla just signed up like an hour ago. I don't know if you can hear us.
Yes, sir. I'm here. Sorry.
How you doing, Kayla?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. I know you can't give us much feedback, but you know, still wanted to welcome you in and see how you're doing, and you're excited.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It's a really cool app. I have only messed around with it for about an hour today. But yeah, I'm excited because let's say 80% of our customers prefer text only, so it's a great option. I didn't even know you guys were working on a way to interface with existing customers, so that'll be really cool too.
Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to hearing a lot more from your experience on the next one.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, we have let's see, Jennifer. Jennifer, how's it going? I don't know if this is Jennifer or Dwayne. I don't think we talked much. You guys have been with us for a little while. A week seems like a long time now. I don't know if you have audio, Jennifer. We could circle back to you. All right, we have Jana and yeah, we can go with Jana. How you doing,
Hey guys. Oh, Jennifer can go.
No, I was driving and just listening, and Dwayne, we spoke with Jana like a week ago, and Dwayne got a really good feeling from her that all of this was gonna be very helpful, which I'm not the techie person. As you can see, I can't figure out how to make myself appear. So, but I have probably questions where I need to talk to Tariq just because of how things look on the screen for me. And I am like zero techie person, and Dwayne is like, oh, Jen, just do this. So I'm just listening for tips. and I was, driving in my car, running around doing my errands. So it definitely, well, I mean, I feel like people are going to our website and just automatically they've started texting. You can probably see, what's going on. So, but, people are just, asking questions and, what we do and when we'll come and set it up on their party day. So, I mean, we're definitely getting some people interested in it. I wanted to see how, I had a couple questions, but I don't know if this is where I should ask them. Dwayne and I were jotting down some questions, but I can contact Tariq on that. And
Yeah.
maybe next time I'll be able to get my picture up.
Sounds good. Yeah. Awesome.
All
Cool.
right.
Yeah, no, we'd love. I know we haven't really talked much. I know you guys kind of signed up, it was nighttime, and then we never caught up, and you guys kind of did everything on your own. Pretty impressive. But yeah, anytime you guys are ready to talk, just let me know, and we'll touch base.
You got it. Thank you. I really appreciate you, and I've been enjoying listening to the conversations. We're in Florida, by the way, so obviously we go year round, so we don't have that struggle of winter coming because people will still do bounce houses no matter what here. Rain, shine, whatever.
Yeah, must be nice.
Yeah.
Great. All right, we'll go with Jaina and then Blanca, and then we'll kind of just open up the floor.
Hey guys, I have been with Event Hawk for I don't know, probably about like a month and a half maybe. We've seen great success. My customers seem to love the texting more so than anything. Like if I call a customer and leave a message about a delivery, they won't respond for like hours, but if I text them, they'll respond right back. Like even if I've just left them a message. So I feel like texting is definitely, the way to go anymore. I've had only one customer who gave any kind of negative feedback, and that was just about the size of the pop-up. So I took that to heart like instantaneously and asked Tariq if he could change it for me, and he did. And that resulted in 3 days of no contacts whatsoever. And then, so I started second guessing myself. We changed it back, and like within 2 hours, I was back to getting, contacts again. So as annoying as it is, or you may think that it is, I would recommend not overthinking it, because I feel like the in your face grabs their attention. We are ERS customers as well. And so originally I was concerned that it may deter people from booking online, but I haven't seen that, happen really at all. We still have customers who never even click on the coupon, that just go through the checkout process, or customers that click on the coupon and then still check out. I'm not booking like all the orders myself. So that is awesome. That is awesome for me. I've noticed less abandoned carts in ERS. And I think that's because we're capturing their information, just on the front end and grabbing their attention and able to actually, engage with them. Our conversion rate is right around 36%. We've had a little over 200 opportunities, I think, in the last 6 or 7 weeks. So we're just super, excited. I know I've talked to a lot of you guys about it. I really believe in Event Hawk and what it can do. I think that, come spring or summer, depending on where you are, that this is going to be a great tool in addition to the success that a lot of us have seen, with the backyard side. We were a little bit of both. We were backyards and events. But I feel like this, every single day I'm having customers tell me that they, used to use someone else or, whatever. So that's a good sign for us. So I just hope that everybody sees, the same success that we're seeing. And as long as, you're generating traffic, everybody should be doing, pretty good.
Yeah. Jana's really been an asset with all this. She's really helped me as well.
Where in Florida?
Improve things. We're in
Where
Florida.
is she in Florida?
Tom, we're in Northport, Florida. We're in Southwest Florida. We're about an hour and a half south of Tampa on the Gulf Coast.
Got you. Thank you.
Oh yeah, you're going to visit, aren't you?
Was hoping she'd be closer to some place I visit usually down there, but that's a little bit of a distance for me.
Oh, you don't want to work when you're there. Just enjoy the beach.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so we got Blanca, and then we'll kind of give you guys an opportunity to kind of share your thoughts. Go ahead, Blanca. Oh, maybe your mic's not working.
Yeah, I don't think that Blanca. I think she can only listen right now.
Oh,
but
okay. Jana, do you want to share what you sent me this morning, or what you did this morning with Event Hawk, or you want to keep that to yourself? No pressure.
Are you talking about the reviews?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yes. No, that's fine. I think that I think it's awesome, really, to be honest. So we had asked Tariq, he does like the review landing page. He did that back for us, like, oh my gosh, I don't remember, like August or September. And he created a separate page for us that was like 5-star, 4-star, 3-star. It was an automatic thing. So when we direct customers for like a review, we took our ERS survey out and replaced it with this link to our landing page. And then we send out an automatic text message. Well, we send it out now through Event Hawk. But so yesterday I set up a text to 29 people, I think. And they all got a text this morning. And I think out of those 29, I think we got 7 Google reviews and 2 Facebook recommendations. And then 2 people that like responded back through Event Hawk that were like, oh, we'll do it when we get home from work. Or I think one man said, I have to create a Google account. So that's the second time that we've done that. We've seen great success. We started with like, I can't even remember. We had reviews probably like the 150 mark in August, September, and we're at 212, 215, something like that.
I know.
I'm sorry, you cut out. What?
218. I just looked right now.
Okay. So 218. So that is huge for us, because even in my Event Hawk conversations, people will say, they'll comment on how quick I am to reply. So my response time is probably no more than maybe a minute or 2, if that. But people say, wow, like, you're right here, or that's so awesome, or you guys have like the highest number of reviews out of all the businesses that pulled up on Google. So I feel like there's just a combination of things that people are really looking for, probably now more than ever. And so we've seen great success with the landing page review feature. I love it. I had a customer text last weekend from the review text and was like, oh, yes, I'll leave you a review, but I need to rent another bounce house. So there's just a lot of, it's just a great communication. To that review text that I sent out, probably 7 or 8 of those people responded back to that text message and just thanked us personally for, such a great time. And then went ahead and left a review. So it's just that personal touch. Like, I'm the only person that answers the phone. I'm the only person that texts or emails. And people seem to really appreciate that and relate to that on our end. So, we're very personal, I guess. But I would highly recommend it to anyone that, is struggling with Google reviews, or, has a competitor, or, just anyone in their market that's substantially more than them. I think it's a great tool, super easy to use, and yields great results.
And the reason that I asked Jana to share this, not to make you guys jealous, but because it's already pre-built into your Event Hawk. If you go to marketing and then campaigns, you guys should have at least 3 campaigns. One of them is labeled review request, and that is already set to go out at the best possible time, which for us was Tuesdays at 10 a.m. So really, I mean, we could, if you guys are interested, reach out to me and I can kind of walk you through how to do it. But essentially, you download the best. We've had 70 reviews for about 5 years. That's all we had on our Google. 5 years in business, we had 70 reviews. Middle of this season, 2020, we tried this new strategy. We've been trying different strategies, but we started using Event Hawk to do this and send out the text message. Well, we weren't using Event first. We were using Inflatable Ops, but we were sending out the text message at a certain time. And within one season, we went from 70, half the season, from 70 to 232 right now, all in one season. And we found that the key was, well, 2 things. It's when you send first of all, it's not email. Email sucks. You're not going to get reviews from your follow-up emails. You got to send it through text. You have to send it at a good time, and you have to say it in a good way. So the script that you guys have right now in your Event Hawk, that script has yielded all those results to us. And it's nothing special. It's just very personal. It lets them know that especially now we need their reviews. And whether it's your competitors or not, these are reviews that you've earned. You've already done the work. And you're just getting the reviews that you rightfully deserve, that the customer is probably more than happy to leave for you, but you're making it very hard for them because you're, first of all, sending it to their email, and they're not gonna, it's the time that you're sending it isn't good for them, and it's just more complicated. So what you have in Event Hawk, essentially, you download your customer list from the weekend. If you do it in bulk, it's just not gonna work, but if you just do it from, Friday through Monday, download that customer list, import it into Event Hawk, and then add them to that campaign, it'll automatically wait and send it to them Tuesday at 10 a.m. We used to manually do this every Tuesday morning, and then we'll forget and do it at 1 or whatever. But Tuesdays at 10 a.m. was the time that we found that we got the most reviews in that time. So I can make a video on this for you guys, but it might need some, depending on what you're using, you just need to download that customer list from the weekend. All right, so I guess we'll just kind of open it up for Bill. I know we talked about the tagging. I did put those videos. Take a look at those videos and let me know if that kind of answers your question, because in the videos we have a video about tagging and why it's important, what's the best practice to do it, and then also how to set a reminder follow-up for each contact, and it'll remind you to follow up on that date. So try those and let me know if we can circle back to them. But tags are really, really important, guys, because like we talked before, you don't want to just tag somebody, won and lost. You want to kind of know why they're not interested. Was it the price? Was it the location? Was it the distance? Because right now we're being reactive, but in the spring we're going to be proactive, and we want to send all these people a text message saying, hey, we want to text the people who booked with us a different message than the people who didn't book with us. And if we're not tagging these people, then there's no way for us to customize that message. And also the people who did book with us or didn't, especially those who didn't, we want to send a different message for the ones that didn't book with us because of price versus unavailability versus location, etc. So Bill hit on a really critical thing that, frankly, a lot of us aren't really utilizing, but it's really, really important. And definitely looking forward to talking more about that. All right, so I'll open up the floor to you guys. I know Jimmy is pretty late there, so Jimmy, we'd love to keep you around. But I mean, if you have to go, we totally understand. But we'd love to kind of have you here. So we won't be upset if you have to run.
I'm gonna stick around for a few more minutes, but yeah, then I'm gonna run.
Sounds good. Thanks, Jimmy. All right. So what do you guys got? You guys know I'm a teacher by trade. I teach at a college, so if I have to call names, that's what I'll do. Yeah? All right, Bill. Let's circle back to you, Bill. So after all this kind of here, what are your thoughts and where you kind of just go ahead and take it.
Tyreek, I got a quick question.
Sure.
With the Event Hawk, how do I change the text?
The text that goes out?
Come on, Lola.
Yes.
Okay, well, the answer is you don't, because if you do, you're going to call me and you're going to say, I'm not getting anybody to respond anymore. But if you do want to change it, then you just go to marketing and then campaigns. and you'll see all the text there.
Come on. In.
Okay, like whenever they reply yes on this date, but you want to find out what they're looking for, like in a bounce house or combo, whatever it may be. How do you get that information up front so you don't look like a fool?
Okay, so I see what you're trying to do. So here's the thing. So you want, if you go to campaigns, can you guys see my screen? Can everybody
Yes.
see the screen?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, great. So if you go to marketing and then campaigns, and then you click on a campaign, you're wanting to customize this to ask for a little more information than just when is your party. Am I right?
Correct.
Okay, so yeah, this is where you do that. I know Jaina did customize hers a little bit. You get, really the point is you want to, if you watch the videos, you want to keep them engaged. And it's kind of a dual sales and engagement thing, because if you get all the information up front, you might as well have them, you know, go straight to ERS. That's the whole point, is you don't want them to have to fill out a long form. You might as well just send them to book online. If you ask for one thing at a time, you accomplish two things. You keep them engaged, and then you have something to talk about in the next message. So, you know, after they give me their date, I would say, okay, you could ask what they're interested in or whatever, but they're going to ask you for price pretty quick, right? So when you give them the price, if there's nothing left to talk about, you're just going to tell them, okay, here's the price and you can book online. But if you still have some data that you don't have, I would say, okay, the price is $300. What time does your party start? That takes their mind away from the price and onto the booking process. That's what I found to work, but you're more than welcome to go in here. Again, marketing campaigns, you pick this first campaign here, email and text, and then you can customize what each one says.
Don't do it, Justin. Leave it like it is. Don't do it.
What's better than doing that though? Putting in templates. So a template, when you're in the middle of a conversation, you can instead of having to type everything out, if you set up templates, you can just say, you know, this is what I'm going to say if they say it's too expensive. Okay, so all I got to do is click here, and I don't have to type all this out. I already have this saved, and I just tell them, hey, show me who you're comparing me to. So, you know, this is my response. So how you do that, again, that's in the videos. But this is what I would utilize rather than automating the whole thing, because it really turns people off when you automate it. So you go to settings and then templates. And then this is where you can add in all your templates. And this is what I would do rather than set up automated responses. Because again, I know automated responses are convenient, but they generate less sales. That's just what the data tells us.
Hey, Tariq, I have a question. So I was able to integrate my Facebook account, so my Facebook business page. However, when I post, let's say I do posts on Facebook Marketplace, I post directly from my personal account because I can't post from my page unless someone knows how to. I'd greatly appreciate you to tell me how. So I post directly from my personal account on Marketplace. Is there a way to integrate my personal messenger into Event Hawk, or it only will allow because it only allowed like pages. It didn't allow my personal account when I first tried to integrate.
I see. So rather than them messaging you back on your business page, you want to integrate your personal page? Unfortunately not. No, I mean, really, you already know this probably, but it's just not I mean, Marketplace is really, that's just kind of like a last resort. But what you could do is you could post like we could help you create a form that's for Marketplace. And rather than sending them to this form, Beverly actually has a really nice looking form that can really be a website on its own. But you can make this form, you know, tell us your date and what you're looking for, and we'll text you with the price. And when they do that, they go straight into Event Hawks. You're not having to respond from your personal page. Does something like that help?
Yeah, it would actually. So you're saying send them this link?
Well, okay. So if you send them this link and you're promoting, I mean, I guess you could put this link in your in your post, which is fine. You know, and tell them, hey, we got some great deals on bounce houses. You know, go ahead and fill out this link, and we'll send them to you. And that just might work. And if you send this link here, it just takes them to a page with just this on it. So what you could do, just to make it look a little prettier, is is go ahead and customize this by adding like an image. If you scroll down here, you just put an image here, and you could put images above it, under it, whatever you want. You could, like Beverly, I got a lot of heat because of what Beverly did, but you could change the color of it to make it nicer. I think it's in styles here. So you can change the background of the form just to make it a little more presentable than just sending them to a white page. So yeah, that's definitely something that I would try out. If right now Marketplace is kind of where most of your traffic's coming from.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
Danny, do you feel like you get a good quality customer from Marketplace?
So we don't do a lot of bookings through Marketplace. However, we do get a decent, when we do get bookings from Marketplace, so I'll get a lot of inquiries from obviously people looking for deals. But we also close really nice accounts through Marketplace as well. And I've seen that, there's people that like moms that just literally they just go through Marketplace because it's the easiest thing for them. And they're not too concerned about price. They just want, hey, I just need someone this and that. And because they're responding much faster, the thing is, one of the things that I've noticed, which is why I also went into Event Hawk, is that people like to text and message. So when you're just replying to them through Marketplace and you're just having a conversation to them with Marketplace, they'll close on you quick. We're through my website, there's steps, right? So you add to cart, you're this. If you have a question, you have to call. I didn't have the, hey, let's text back and forth. Now I do, so it should change things a little bit. Yeah, I mean, the customers that I personally get from Marketplace, my prices are right in the middle of the pack, so I'm not dirt cheap either in my market. So I get decent customers. Like I like customers that I get from Marketplace. Actually, they're pretty decent customers.
Our experience has been, well, we don't advertise on Marketplace, but I see businesses that advertise on Marketplace, and it seems to be like the low ballers, the people that don't have insurance, the people that aren't licensed. So I just was curious if it was different in different areas. I mean,
yeah,
we advertise on Facebook, but we're paying for that advertising. We're not, using personal pages to advertise our business.
Yeah, and I will tell you, you can pay for marketing on Facebook Marketplace as well. So you'll get like, when people are looking for a bounce house or a water site or whatever, you'll get basically you'll be at the top versus everyone else. But yeah, I have the same issues. I'm in Miami, so a bounce house with 20 chairs, 2 tables, goes out for like $60 here. So but that's obviously not how we charge. We're a lot more expensive. I mean, if you look at Marketplace, we're probably more on the higher end. We're definitely on the higher end versus everyone else on Marketplace. But to your point, most of the people on Marketplace are that customer. They are that that rental company that doesn't have insurance and stuff. But we do Marketplace and it's worked out great. And I believe strongly that marketing should come from 100 different places. As long as it's the customer for you, it's the customer for you. If the customer is willing to pay and it's the right customer, then why not market on Marketplace? I spend maybe, I don't know, $20 to $50 marketing on Marketplace, and that's on a monthly basis. And I will tell you, I'll get, maybe $2,000-$3,000 worth of reservations from Marketplace, and my investment is, no more than $50. So, and that's just Facebook Marketplace. And again, the customers are customers that I like. The locations are decent locations. It just depends. It just depends. I'll give you an example. Saturday, we put out a 20 by 40 tent. We charge for 20 plus delivery. The Joe Schmoes charge, $300 for a 20 by 40 tent. And sure enough, it came from Marketplace. It was literally, hey, what's your number, or how can I reach you? Hey, this is my number. He called me. Hey, this is what I need. I sent him a quote. And within an hour, we had that reservation set in stone and done. So It just depends. Just depends. Sometimes you'll find good customers, and sometimes there's customers that would just inquire, and they're crappy customers, and that's okay. We don't, there's a market for that, and why not, right? If we're getting customers from marketplace, why not? We should be trying to get customers from all types of places. If we need to market 100 different ways, then we market 100 different ways. And if it's inexpensive, then why not?
How long have you been in business?
So about 2 years.
2 years, okay. Now, like, what would you say is the size? I don't want to ask, like, your gross, because we started out on Marketplace, and we were probably the cheapest in the beginning. I'm not gonna lie, that's just kind of, we kind of didn't have experience with marketing or anything. That was 5 or 6 years ago, and that's all we knew was Marketplace. We didn't, really know anything else. So I think it's great for a starter, but once we started, I mean, the way I thought about it is, these big companies like, Google and Amazon, they don't post on Marketplace. They don't pass out flyers. They don't change their, I always say, they don't change their Facebook logo or their Facebook picture to match their logo. I felt like that was all stuff I was doing because I was desperate. And when I started kind of doing some bigger things like Google ads and Facebook ads, that's kind of like the growth mindset. So again, I mean, there's nothing wrong with Marketplace. And I don't think necessarily that the people on Marketplace are bad, but you are, because it's free, because you don't have to pay to market on Marketplace, it's going to attract a lot of the $50 bounce house guys, etc. So like, what would you say the size of your company is, either, your gross income or how many inflatables you have or how many events you're doing?
Yeah, so this year we'll do right around 500 events. So we're not a huge company, but 500 events is a pretty decent amount. We're right now I'm right for 472. So we have December. We'll close out right around 500, a little bit over maybe. So 500 events a year. Where, like I said, where this is just really 2 years in. We have 19 inflatables. We have a few tents. So we have 10 by 20s, 10 by 10s, 10 by 30, 10 by 40, 20 by 20. I'm sorry, 20 by 20, 20 by 30, 20 by 40. And of course, we do tables, chairs, concessions. We have a dunk tank. We also, we have a really good partnership here in South Florida with a company that does mechanicals. Obviously, we didn't really do any mechanical business this year. We did last year. And that has also helped from, because I when I started, I chased events. I really went right after events, and I created a partnership with this company who, they gave me a good price on mechanicals, and I obviously upsold that a little bit, and I made money off mechanicals, and I took my inflatables, and I took my tents, and I took my chairs. So there was money to be made. They made money, I made money, everyone's happy, and we keep a good partnership. So obviously events didn't happen this year. So, transitioned back to just backyard, and right now it's just starting to reach out again to churches. The churches are reaching out again. They reached out for, November, December events, which was nice. And then next year I'll start reaching out to schools to see where they're at, thinking about summer camps and stuff like that. So, that's kind of where we're at. That's the size of our businesses. We're still a small operation. Like I said, we have a lot of equipment, 19 inflatables, and a few other things, dunk tanks and stuff. But yeah, I mean, that's us.
I'm really glad, Marketplace is working for you. Most people, I guess, have a hard time cracking that code without getting smaller events or smaller average tickets from Marketplace. So that's good. It seems like whatever you're doing is working for you. That's great. And you're right. I mean, if it's one more avenue of marketing, who cares? It's free. So yeah, that's great. Congrats, man. Keep it up. Keep us
Yeah, thanks. I will share one of the things that has really helped through Marketplace is what sells the most through Marketplace is what sells the most through my website is inflatables going out by themselves or tents going out by themselves. What sells on Marketplace is packages. So when you start sending them, hey, these are our tent, table, chairs, inflatable options. These are package options. And your average, your ticket obviously increases quite a bit. But you know, the person on marketplace just wants to feel like they're getting a deal. Maybe all in all, it's discounted $15. I think that's what most of our, you know, when most of our packages are discounted out when you put it all together. But it's a deal to them, so it's like, you know, okay, well, $15, you know, whatever, is what it is, you know. But they feel like they're getting a bang for their buck. They feel like they're getting everything in one place. They're messaging you through, you know, messaging you versus having to call you. So they're feeling, you know, I don't know, it just feels better. Now, when it comes to paying, that's where it becomes an issue. And when I say it comes to paying, it's not they pay. They're hesitant because, you know, we ask for, you know, card on file, we ask for a deposit, you know, and they're like, oh, you know, it's Facebook Marketplace people, you know, and they get, say that again?
Are you using like a booking system?
No, we have a different booking system from ERS or Inflatable Office, but yeah, most people just get weary when it comes to the payment part because most businesses on Marketplace are, you know, how they are. So, you know, we have to go back and look, this is where our warehouse is located. This is our website. You know, we have to prove to them, hey, we're a legitimate business. So I already have that kind of already scripted. And literally I just copy and paste and send it to them. And then they feel better and comfortable about the whole situation. And they're like, oh, okay, great. You know, so Google's there, you know, everything's there. So they feel like, oh, okay, it's a legit business. And like I said, I send the addresses. You know, we have 2 separate phone numbers. We'll send that too through the message. So they know, okay, well, they're not gonna run with my money and you know, and not never show up. So you know, that's the other thing with the marketplace customer. I think they know that marketplace businesses, you know, especially our industry, they just, you know, either they won't show up or whatever the case may be. But you know, it's a decent, you know, I would tell you 22% of our total backyard business comes from marketplace.
Cool. Yeah, that's definitely one extra avenue. Awesome. All right. Well,
so Tariq, I'm just gonna say hi, and it's been great listening to all of you. But I'm gonna move forward. So I hope you'll have a great day and a great rest of your week.
Sounds good, Jimmy. Thank you, man. Get some rest.
Yep. See ya.
All right. See ya. All right. Anybody else? Hey, Beverly. Go ahead. Unmute.
Had to find the button. All right. Question on mobile. Oh, I didn't mean to blind everyone. So on the bottom of the conversation, it's showing that there's a red circle and it's showing -1. So under unread, -1. I can't find it. What on earth is that?
-1, not 1?
Yeah, I have a -1. Leave it to me to get a -1.
I don't. Yeah, that's a good question. You'll have to send me a screenshot. Has anybody else had that negative?
Yeah, it happens to me all the time. I'm
Really?
not really sure what it is, but it's usually like one that you've opened, or I don't even know exactly how it happens, but if you just go through the first couple of ones, Beverly, or go into all and just open them and click the little envelope, you'll find which one it is, and then it'll go away. I don't know why it does that, but it happens to me occasionally.
I don't see an envelope, and I'm under all, and
So when you click on each name,
okay.
I'm on my mobile too, so it may look different on yours.
Okay.
I'll call you later and we can go through it. I'll see if
Okay.
I can help you find it.
All right. I appreciate that because that's going to drive me crazy.
Trust me, it drives me crazy.
Yeah, that's going to drive me absolutely bonkers. Okay. And one more question.
Yes.
So in the form, let me see, move this out of the way. All right. I'm under the form builder. Form builder. And
leave him.
Under, okay, where that button is at the bottom, the the button that they press that they actually submit their information. I would like to have a small text box and be able to put a little bit of text underneath there. But I'm under fields, styles, and options, and I do not see an opportunity to create a text box to tell them something that I would like to tell them before they click that button.
So, okay, so first thing you want to do is add a field. So you go to fields,
Uh-huh.
and then let me share my screen.
Hold on, let me get back on it.
You see my screen here?
Yes.
I was following along with you. Okay, so we go to marketing, we go to marketing form builder, and then we go to edit form. And this is her beautiful.
All I see is your desktop screen. I see all of your files.
The wrong one. Hang on. Pull it over here. How about now? You see it now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. All right, so we go to marketing and then form builder. And then here's your very, very nice form. So you go to fields, and then all the way at the bottom here, there's text. So you drag that over, and then you can put in your text.
Okay.
You can
Gotcha.
center it. You can make it smaller, change the color to red.
Okay, perfect.
Leave that there.
All right. So my question, and the reason why maybe this is valuable to share with the group, but the reason why I was wanting to do that is Sunday, I was browsing a website. It's a clothing website. And while I was there, a pop-up popped up, and it made me smile. I'm like, oh, I've got one of those on my website now. So very proactive. And it was really cool. So don't know if you can see it here. It says get 10% off your order. And I can put in my name or my phone, whatever. Yeah, they wanted my phone number. They wanted my phone number. But this right here, this sentence right there caught my eye.
Screen, just so you know, but you could tell us, or you could share.
Okay, I'm going to tell you. It says, by signing up via text, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages and shopping cart reminders at the phone number provided. Consent is not a condition of purchase. Reply stop to unsubscribe, help for help, message and data rates may apply, view privacy policy, and TOS. Now, is this a federal regulation under FCC that we're required to provide this kind of information to customers before they give us their phone number for texting and email that they're going to be receiving marketing messages? Is this a disclaimer that we should have on this form?
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't know the answer. Send me, if you could just message me that, I can look into that and see.
I'll text it to you.
It's a good point. Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, like we've been doing it for a year and never, but yeah, I mean, if that's what we're supposed to do, then that's what we're supposed to do. I think I remember looking into it briefly, and because they were opting in differently for us, like to get they were. I forgot what, but I mean, I do remember having that concern in the beginning, and then I didn't worry about it for one reason or another. But it is worth looking into again. So yeah, definitely message.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that we're not breaking any. At least that there's that disclaimer that by clicking that button, they're giving us permission to target them either via email or text, especially since some people's data plans may not allow for unlimited text. So we just don't want to do something there that, would ultimately cost somebody money.
So I did some research for a different business that I had, and you have to have something like that in your terms and conditions on your page for like your checkout process through ERS or IO, that you're going to use their information for marketing purposes. But for something like this, they know that that's what they're signing up for. So it's not as whenever you check out online somewhere, you don't know that you're signing up for something. You just think you're buying something. So they want you to have in your terms and conditions that you're doing that. For this, they know they're giving you their information for that reason to get a discount. So it's not as unknowingly, as hidden.
All right, so that's interesting. So I'm in ERS. Both platforms are great and do the same thing. And so, but I never thought of it that way. It's something that we should have this as that check in the box on our booking platform that,
Well, you don't,
hey, just so you
don't have a, you don't have to have a checkbox anywhere. You technically, as an e-commerce site, you're supposed to have a terms and conditions page, like linked somewhere. And if you have it, and if you have that terms and conditions page, that's the only place it has to be.
Okay.
So
I'll follow up and make sure that I can take a look and make sure that's on my site.
It should already be integrated into ERS, Beverly, and you don't want to add another text box to your website because that ticks people off.
Say again?
You don't want to add another text box for them to check it. It should automatically be integrated into your terms and conditions through ERS. Like it's built into your ERS site. So where, like, you know, the about us and the contract and all that kind of stuff, it's in there somewhere. Because ERS, you know, remarkets for you. It was just, you could probably search in the ERS group. It was discussed years and years ago. I'll try to search just some keywords and see if I can find it. But it's, you know, Tariq can look into it on the text side for Event Hawk, but for ERS, you should be fine. And I would imagine that it would just kind of be a blanket thing that would coincide with Event Hawk, since, you know, you're providing the same service if they end up booking or whatever. But I've had no customers concerned. I mean, people have the ability to respond or not respond. You know, I'm sure if somebody really wanted to, they could say stop, like you stop the automated text messages that you get from other companies. I wouldn't, you know, really be like too overly concerned. I mean, I get it. It's a valid point, but
you get, I think the companies that put that on their pop-ups, they're just going extra legalese on people. Is all they're doing. But legally, you don't have to have anything more than your terms and conditions page.
Well, just so you know, as what's built into Event Hawk is if they do say stop, if they reply stop back to you, you can't text them back if you wanted to. And I forgot, I think it happened with Ashley. Somebody he was just funny. He just typed stop to her first message. He's the only one who kind of felt that it was automated. Usually they can't. And then it automatically marked him as DND, which is do not disturb. And you know, we just hypothetically were texting him back, and it wouldn't let you. It won't let you. So if somebody says stop, you will not be allowed to text them back from Event Hawk. So that's
okay. And that's automatically integrated in. Is there a condition that I have to?
Nope, because I texted stop to test it to one of you guys, and then they couldn't text me back anymore. They were like, "Man, we've been trying to text you," and I'm like, "Oh, I don't know what you're." So then we go in, and it keeps telling them, you know, you're not allowed to text this person because they opted out. So go ahead and, you know, you could try it yourself and then delete the contact. But if you text yourself back stop, it will prevent you from texting that person again. So you have that. Great info. Great point. Anybody else?
Can we set up?
I've had a few blank orders come back with no name, no phone number, no nothing.
Into Event Hawk?
Yes.
Like conversations?
Yeah, it's under. Hold on.
Quiet.
And of course it won't load. Yeah, it's just like blank information, like no name, no phone number, no email, no nothing.
Send me
blank.
when you get a chance. Just text me or message me on Facebook, and I'll look into it. Send me what
All right.
What were you gonna say, Chad?
Is there a way to set up a similar automation with the text, but with the Facebook Messenger? So instead of, I mean, I know you can do it on Facebook Messenger. I just don't know if you could do that same thing through Event Hawk.
So yeah, there is. If they reply through, you could set certain rules through, if they reply through Facebook Messenger. I mean, what were you trying to do exactly?
Just if someone messaged through, I guess basically do the same thing as Facebook Messenger allows you to do, just do it through Event Hawk instead. I mean, people message the business page every once in a while, not very often, but every once in a while. I try not to use it as much because I don't care for Facebook, but they don't give me any information on the customer, so I'd rather not use it, but on the occasion that I can.
So right now we are using the Facebook Messenger integration, and all we're doing is bringing it into Event Hawk, and then we're also tagging it Facebook Messenger. But we can also add it to a campaign. So if you'd like, we can, whenever somebody comes in on Facebook, also add them to a certain campaign. It could be the same campaign as your regular one, or it could be a different one, a different Facebook campaign.
Okay, and you just set that up to trigger the campaign based on the tag?
With triggers, yeah. So it's already in there. I don't know if I have triggers enabled. Triggers is how you can break this whole thing. So if you do have triggers enabled, be careful. It's better not to go in there. Triggers is basically how this whole thing is standing right now. So, but if you go to triggers, one of them says Facebook Messenger, and it's currently tagging it. You would just add a campaign. We could work on that separately if you'd like. But yeah, it should be.
Yeah. I see tag Facebook Messenger copy.
Yeah, so it says that, when somebody replies on Facebook Messenger, tag them with Facebook Messenger, then you would just add an action and say, add them to this campaign.
Okay.
That's how that would work. So test it out and see. Let us know how it works. All right, anyone else?
Okay. Yep.
Bill, Jana, Jen, Danny, Keisha, you guys all good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna talk to Dwayne and see if we can set up a time to give you a call. We'll text you and see what your schedule is, just so that we can ask beginner questions.
Sounds good. Yeah, and I did put the videos in the comment. I'll send them to you guys as well. So yeah, definitely more than happy to touch base with you guys.
Okay, yeah, because I haven't watched all the videos yet because my phones ring a lot. So I'm like, okay, every time I start doing something, the phone rings. It never fails.
Good. Well, glad you're busy. All right, sounds good. Let us know. I really hope you guys are enjoying this, guys. I know we're kind of all over the place. Give me some suggestions on how you guys want these structured. I know we have a lot of newbie questions, a lot of this or that, but I think what I'll be doing is just kind of asking you guys week by week what you guys want to talk about, and then doing it like this. I mean, this is new, so there's really no right way to do this. But if you guys have an idea,
I'm coming.
Then I'm sorry. If you guys have an idea of how this could be more beneficial to you guys, then definitely message me or shoot an idea into Facebook. So today's our official launch day for Event Hawk. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I don't know how to feel, but it's a good chance there'll be a ton more people in the group starting tonight into tomorrow. We'll see. So this roundtable will get crazier. So we do need to figure out some structure so that people who've been using it longer than others don't get frustrated at the same questions being asked. But if this is working out for you guys, great. This is your roundtable. So really grateful for you guys. Really excited. If you guys want to pop in today, we're going to be giving a lot of great information. Even if you are already using Event Hawk, into the webinar today at 4 p.m. Central Time. And we're just going to kind of be breaking down the basics of adding a funnel to your website and why it's important, and why Event Hawk works, and why some other things that we tried that you guys may want to try, we already did try and they just didn't work. We've already put in the time and money and wasted a lot to try those things, so no need for you guys to try that. But yeah, if you guys don't have anything else, we'll see you guys either later today or next week.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks, Jen.